Now the first technical session will start. I request the session chairman, Dr. Jason Darshan, to come to the dais. Dr. Jason, sir. Dr. Jason, please. And I request APPL, Mr. Rahul Chivate, please come to the dais. I request King for Science, Mr. Shanmuga Chundaram, please come to the dais. The first speaker of technical is Mr. Rahul. He is basically a mechanical engineering graduate. He is now working with the APPL as a business unit head. His past experiences are with multinational companies like Tata Picasso Automotive Systems. He has a total 30 years plus experience and exposure in automotive industries in the areas of heading business unit, project startups, and projects management. I request Mr. Rahul, please take the dais.
Hello. Yeah. So thanks, friends. Thanks, all organizers, the chief guests, the dignitaries, all audience who have made themselves available for this wonderful event. And I again thank on behalf of my team, APPL Group, entire Plastoteck organizers for making this possible. So to begin with, today we are going to update you on our total group's vision in terms of developments going on for the sustainability, developments of raw materials, developments which really are going to help not only APPL Group but also overall organization to grow and to give right solutions which are recyclable, which are green, which are definitely going to reduce the carbon footprint. Now, having said that, it all starts from the terrific situation we all are facing these days. The situation is so dynamic that entire supply chain is getting disrupted, as rightly said by Mr. Ayyappan in his opening note address. Today we are talking something, tomorrow something happens suddenly in the Red Sea, then day after tomorrow we are facing some crisis because of some war happening in Middle East. We are facing the crisis of delays in terms of shipments for which are the reasons which are totally out of our control. And then it makes life really miserable. Again, emphasizing that earlier predictions were like, okay, let's go, let's do it. It's still, there is some time, like we have still, let's say, a couple of decades. It's not going to suddenly change the scenario all of a sudden, but the way the things are moving are much, much faster than what we all thought, like, okay, we have some time. We don't have actually any time. We are spoiling not only the environment, but we are also making our next generations to suffer, and this is not going to happen. So OEMs are also now slowly getting awareness, I would say still slowly, because a lot of work has to be done. Synergies needs to be worked out. Like, for example, if we talk about Western countries like Europe, those are trying to drive the overall climate change challenges by bringing in recyclability, bringing in sustainable materials, I would say, to play. Because in automotive, we talk more than 70% materials goes in plastics. If those plastics are not properly converted, those are not properly recycled, I would say, ultimately we are going to spoil the earth. And that's not going to help any one of us. Definitely not for our future generations. We need to give them right opportunities. We need to also take care of our planet Earth. So that's what I would like to say, and I would like to show the approach which we as a group have taken. So coming to our group with a clear vision, we are providing compounds, specialty engineering compounds, and the range covers each and everything. If you see, it's end-to-end solutions, like colored compounds, customized formulations, mineral. Yeah, I can change. Okay. And so on. So various fillers are also used. And if you see these all categories when we talk, no, yes, there is a lot to be done when we are going to consume these kind of materials. Because what happens for the waste? Are we having any approach to reduce the waste? Are we having any approach to take care of waste or minimizing the waste? So that's the challenge which all of us are facing. So one more news which I would like to share with all of you is we are happy to announce that we are going to have expansion in South, definitely in Tamil Nadu, where we will have at least 120,000 square feet of our facility which is coming up with a capacity of more than 5,000 metric tons per month. And this facility will definitely take care of being closer to the customers. No? So we will be there to take care of our South customers. This plant is also going to support our strategic partner GS Caltex for India and SEZ region. So we have our honorary guests from Caltex also. Just I could see them, and that's the great thing to happen. One more thing to share, guys. Once we finish this little presentation, we have a small display there which we have represented some of the samples which give a glimpse of what we are talking. What do you mean by sustainability? So there are actual products you can touch and feel. You can see the samples. That's not enough, of course, but we are more than happy to assist you. Our team is here about technicalities, aspects, and also I will run through some small animations which will help all of you today to understand how the processing is done. So these small animation videos will give a lot of information just by watching. So that will be interesting topic coming in the second half of this presentation. Yeah, that's all about our group. If you see, we have huge capacity, more than 6 plants. We have our own accredited NABL lab. Then we have almost every plant is IITF certified, which means we are following the safe practices. The policies, the systems are in place. We have clear vision. And then we have this file support. So this UDP file support talks about the storing huge data when you're doing a lot of formulations. So that also capacity we have. Yeah, coming to our group profile, yeah, there are 11 different groups which are doing different things. Starting with APPL Industries, everyone is aware, so I don't want to read it out for you guys. You all are aware. Few things which are interesting is, for example, APPL Gore Plastics, where we have developed our patented products which we call as a wood stock. Technogore, which is a glass fiber based green product, which will be very interesting. In next slides, I will try to explain you all. And then PP based and olefin based sheets, which are basically green sheets, so fully recyclable. Few interesting stuff which I would like to share about this 10 companies, 11 companies is like we also have something which calls APPL Synergy. So this is a new tie-up which is coming up. And this is talking about alternative technology to CNG. So what does it mean like? So today we all are aware of CNG. Already we know that there are queues, kilometers, no, for filling the gas. So that's the challenge which all are facing. Let's be honest in accepting that. We still don't have the outlets for CNG filling so easily, like we fill petrol and diesel. So this ANG is something which is going to, I would say, disrupt the CNG technology. So what is this ANG? So ANG is nothing but a concept which allows to put the gas at 1/5 of the pressure. So today the pressure is roughly 200 bars. So when you talk about ANG technology, it will be close to 30 to 40 bars. So that's the change. It will bring in a lot of design disruptions in future, and that's the type which we are trying to do. So the team is here which can assist you guys post the presentation on ANG technology. Remaining companies, we have on the 9, APPL Global Infotech. So this is our design setup which offers not only within the group, but also to the group and our tier 1s and business associates, the design solution. So we have the state-of-the-art CAD-CAM softwares, CATIA-based platforms, and we can translate for the tier 1s. We can help them for making the tools and assist them for making the right product. So it could be like design for manufacturability. Most of the times we do the design and then we start facing the challenges. I have done this wrong. I would have done this in right way. So these challenges also we assessed. Yeah. So this is again talking about our compound strength and our engineering specialty polymers, which we are offering to several markets. So it's diversified, starting with two-wheeler, bus body parts. So you can read it out, tractor, three-wheelers, also for the solar energy membranes we have developed. So we have few samples of membranes which we have specially compounded at our APPL industries and we have extruded within the group, which can be also offered for export market. So this is again a green product. Let me tell you very clearly, today market is not so much aware of the membranes in terms of green approach. Most of the membranes are based out of PVC. And you all are aware, or I would say that PVC is not an easy material which you can recycle it. It takes hell lot of efforts to, I would say, dispose the PVC burns, the PVC waste. So when we talk about our membranes, those are 100% green, those are TPO based, and those gives better services. So we have some samples, you can see that. So these are the, I would say, highlights of the technology as well as the products which we offer to entire industry, I would say, starting with thermoplastic materials and compounds, specialty master batches, Woodstock, this is a trademark. So I will explain in next slides what do you mean by Woodstock. Then Technogore sheet, it is, as I said, the glass field based sheets. What is this glass field based sheet is going to give us? And also like a sustainability, when we are talking about sustainability, how it helps in sustainable way to produce the right material and give the right solutions will come in next slides. Then we have LFT technology. This is a specific technology which we have brought. The state-of-the-art machinery is installed at our Pune facility in APPL Hinjewadi factory. And this is basically replacing the metal. So it's long fiber technology, so you can actually give the composite which is having the glass rovings and which can really replace the metal. Then we have advanced conductive polymers, we have lightweighting decision capabilities, we have engineering services as I already spoke. And the last one which I said that type 3 and type 4 composites for CNG replacement, so it is ANG technology. So again, we can talk more post this session as it is too complex. So now this is one of our verticals. So we are a tie-up with global giant Renault Group based out of Germany. So it is also a multi-conglomerate, different verticals they are working. Automotive is one of the verticals where they are also present. And with that automotive vertical, we have a joint venture with APPL Group and we are located in Pune. So now I am going to talk more about this JV. So as I said, so we are into all these kind of product range. We develop different green materials, the basic vision of our company as a whole and as a group policy. Whatever we are producing in our factory is not disposed in a bad way to the soil, which means it is 100% recycled. It doesn't stop here. The material which we supply to our customers, the end waste which is coming out of the final product is also taken back. So we are paying back to our customers, we are purchasing back, and thereby we are taking the, I would say, overall the responsibility that even our customer gets benefited monetarily and we also safeguard our environment. So we are taking back the trims, we are cleaning that trims and we are again putting back into our basic process. So that's the beauty of our entire product range. Few more things, like we have recently developed lightweight glass fiber reinforced composite sheets, which I will come in next slides. This high strength composite, so what it talks about? So it talks about very high stiffness coming with 30 to 35% of weight saving, right? So it doesn't mean that you literally change the metal, but definitely you can improvise on the overall weight of the vehicle, especially when it is an EV. Every gram which you are going to save in the car is going to give you the mileage in terms of the battery, right? And so that gram is going to matter. So like if we talk about a standard application, for example, the luggage tray or on the back side there is a parcel shelf, right? So if we go with our standard technology, it will weigh roughly in the range of, let's say, 2.5 kg to 3.5 kg. When we talk about these high glass reinforced sheets, if we replace with this, it will directly go down by 30 to 40%. So the weight of the product will go to 1.5 kilos. So it is at least 40% saving. So likewise, there are several parts which we can develop in this kind of state-of-the-art technology. It is patented, and we have almost 14 patents signed for this kind of specialty developed product. It is 100% replacement for the glass felt, by the way. So this is our factory, just a glimpse for all of you to understand. So we have fully automated extrusion lines which are designed and developed and installed basically from European continent, from Germany and Italy, and then we have installed it in Pune. So it is controlled through feeding systems, and it's like we all are aware of the feeders and extruders. So these feeders are controlled through SCADA system, and that gives us the precision of putting the exact stuff and giving the consistent quality of the product which is coming out of the extrusion lines. So our vision, our mission is talking about Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. So what all I spoke, like the supply chain issues, the kind of disruption which is happening, wars everywhere, we don't know what is going to happen. Every continent is facing the challenge. And with this, if we have to become self-resilient, if we have to become strong, it will happen only within. We cannot always depend upon sometimes West, sometimes our notorious neighbor, which I would like not to even name. But there is huge lot of dependency, so you cannot ignore that. So only way is all of us contributing a little to the betterment of the nation, no? And I would say, Make in India drive, we have to all contribute. Speaking more, like our entire product range is green, as I said. We have our solar installed capacity on our roofs. What does it mean? Like whatever small capacity of solar system we have installed on our factories, that talks about our synergy. Our all APPL factories are having roofs covered with the solar energy. So that energy we are converting into our production processes. In a way, a little contribution. Of course, that energy is not enough for us to run the entire factory. But at least 20 to 25% of energy we are utilizing in our product is green energy. So that's the drive, and which completes the circle. Like we are trying to utilize maximum green energy, clean energy, which will not further damage the society. So yeah, so why sustainability? So it's very important. So every one of us, just to be on common platform, our smart audience is aware of most of the things, but basically environmental impact is the biggest challenge which we all are facing. Even today when we talk, suddenly there is a downpour everywhere. In Delhi sometimes it is waterlogged, sometimes in Pune, sometimes in even Chennai. It's disasters, and it rains and then it starts heating. So this is what is happening. Climate change is not what we anticipated it will happen after 20 years, 30 years. Climate change is now, it's happening. And we have to wake up ASAP, I would say, and contribute. Regulatory alignment, I would still say our government is not so serious when it comes to putting the standards. I could still see lots of non-environmental friendly material which is going inside the car, and people taking pride of telling that, no, I have this, I have that. But basically he's unaware of what he's doing for his next generation. Today we still see some material which is non-green. For example, PP glass felt. Why we are using it? We cannot recycle it. The trims are bad. For disposing of, there is again a cost for the customer. And in the end, when you and me are going in the market and purchasing any car, it's going from our pockets. Don't forget that. Then again, natural resources is one more biggest challenge. Thanks to our Honorable Prime Minister, let me say this proudly, that we are still able to control our gas rates and petrol and diesel rates because of our tie-ups with Russia. Otherwise, we would have been in deep shit. Let us be blunt enough. So, again, but the crisis is not going to over. We have our independent policy, we have our independent foreign policy. Mr. Jaishankar is doing an incredible job. But then what? The things we cannot stop. External factors are still creating huge challenges every now and then. Very recent times, our neighbor, East neighbor, is again in crisis. So these are the challenges, friends, and we have to really become resilient. We have to become a team, a group, we have to stay together as a nation. Social impact is also a very big. Waste management is becoming a challenge every now and then, how to dispose of the waste. So one way to look at it, if we reduce the waste, the amount which we have to dispose will definitely get reduced. So how to reduce the waste is going to become a game changer. Coming to the processes, end-to-end solutions. On the left, you could see the basic thermoforming process which we are doing, how the cycle works. When we are talking about OEMs and tier ones, they come with some kind of inquiry, like we want this product and what you can offer to us. So then what offer means, we start with the volumes. Which are the volumes? Which is the segment? What are the cost challenges? What is the competency? What are you looking at? And all of these questions are revolving around the green solution. So we are not going to say our customers that, okay, because you are asking this, I will give you this solution which is slightly cheaper but not environmentally friendly. That's not what we do. We convince rather to our customers that, don't worry, come with us. We will give you right solution. We will give you right value proposition. We will take back the waste and let us make the society better. So this kind of awareness is required. Today I see whenever we go to any customers, everything starts with the price. Come on, cool down. Let's understand what are you looking for. Cost will come, value propositions will come, but basically you have to open up. What are you looking at? For example, if you are taking X material at 100 rupees a kg, for example, and then you are doing hell lot of processing and ultimately resulting in the product costing, let's say 20-25% expensive. Whereas if we are offering a green product, which is slightly expensive, let's say 110 rupees a kg, but the end product is much cheaper, then which is the value proposition, friends? So this awareness is really required at all OEMs. Let me be very honest and frank with you guys, because this is only going to help all of us to grow together. Because it's a supply chain, it's a hand-holding, I would say. Only tier 2 or only tier 1 or only OEM is not going to succeed anymore. It will be more collaborative approach. So these are the products which we have to offer. These are few products which we had displayed. As I said, Woodstock, it is made out of polyolefins filled with wood, which is coming from the waste. So we are not cutting the trees. But with some impact modifiers and coupling agents, we are meeting the customer requirements, or I would say exceeding the customer requirements. The beauty of this overall product is we can play with the charge of what we are putting inside the material, which gives you different flavor of, different dimensions of product in terms of the technical properties. So that's the beauty. It's not that we will put certain percentage and that's the only product. So it comes in variety of offerings, depending upon as customer is looking for. FlexiArc is again a similar product which is offered for more deep draw components, the components which require some complex formations and for which you have to have some flexibility in the product. Technogore, I already spoke. We will talk more in next slides. And by the way, we have some sample which is developed in this state-of-the-art material, Technogore. So you can see it's a material developed for Volkswagen Polo. So you can feel it. You can lift it by single hand. It's so lightweight. But at the same time, it offers a flexural strength or flexural modulus of more than 9,000, which means you can sit on it, it doesn't break. So that's the beauty. Then, of course, as I said, membranes, which are polyolefin-based, TPE-based, and TPO-based, which we are offering. That also we are trying for export market because there is a lot of requirement coming from West countries that they are trying to change the conventional PVC membranes, which are really not green, to TPO-based membranes. So that is the new development which we have done. Then this green tech wood, last two are very interesting. Just to share what is green tech wood and what is green tech glass. So this is 100% recycled. When I say 100% means there is not a single kilo, not a single gram of virgin material in these materials. So it is carefully collected from the customers, from the trims, from the wastes, from the extrusion processes, and then we are filtering it out. We are treating it in the right manner and we are consuming it 100%, guys. So that really gives us an edge to reduce the carbon footprint to larger extent. Normally, when we talk about recycling, it is not possible to put 100% recycling material in any product, because then you don't get the properties which are expected from the product performance as such. But these are specialized products which we have recently developed. It's also called PCR, like post-cycle recyclates, post-consumer recyclates, and that's our partners also, Caltex, are helping us in this. So you can see here what I'm talking. So this is a typical parcel shelf application you see on the left. This is a conventional material which even today, I'm sorry to say, is used by so-called big people, big OEMs. I don't want to name those. We are trying to, I would say, counsel them. We are trying also through ministry that they should bring in some regulations so this kind of material is not used or banned, I would say. So this is all glass flowing here and there, troubling the laborers, troubling the society, everyone. When the part is formed, you can see the red arrow. No? These are the glass needle-like things which are peeping out from the part. So even if you guys touch on that part for keeping something, because this is on the rear side, normally our kids, ladies, senior citizens are sitting on the back seat normally, and they keep their bags naturally on the back side. So if you happen to touch this, you start terrible etching on your skin because of the glass which is coming out. That's what I'm highlighting over here. Till 3 years ago, VW in Europe was using this material. And now they have 100% converted to this technology. So let me be clear on this also. So you can see here also, after the trimming, like the needle, like arrows, the glass is coming out from the felt. And what I'm showing here is the patented sheet, the patented technology which we have installed now also in Pune. So the glass stuff is in between, embedded in the sandwich of PP. So you can touch it, you can feel it, there is no itching, you will feel safer. You can grind it again, the end trims also you can collect, and there is no harm. Without any gloves in your hands, you can touch these sheets. You can also have a touch and feel in our short display. So this talk about green tech product, which I already explained. Yeah. So these are 100%. So we don't use any virgin material. So these are the recently developed products for the sustainable drive. So what we do basically, so it's a simple 4-step process. So whatever separation is done by customer, so there is also an awareness. No? So you need to train your customer. When he's making a part, okay, there is a waste. So starting from the very layman's language, the operator who may not be so educated, who may not be so English speaking, or I would say very difficult to communicate with him. So you have to really counsel him, tell that, okay, when you are making out the waste, whenever the trim is coming out of the machine, you should remove unwanted area, you should clean it, because when it is in heated condition, it is easy to segregate, it is easy to sort out the things. And then he can keep it in the right bin. So there is no mix-up, there is no wrong material which is getting inside the wastage. So that awareness campaign we keep doing. It's an ongoing process because the labor keep on changing, the product keep on changing, and you have to do this. So our team visits the customer, he explains what should be done with the trims, how the trims should be handled, and how the trims should be stacked. And then we take back these trims by paying to our customer. So that's the whole cycle. Then we do the sorting and grinding. Sometimes it is done by customer, sometimes we collect and we do it we have our in-house grinding facility also at APPL, so that we do. And then what we do is we collect from the customers, and then again it is introduction into the process. So there is no waste, there is no soil damage done anywhere in this entire cycle. So this green tech wood, what does it give? So the advantage is like you use all green materials, you use all regenerated raw material. So you are also reducing the usage of fossil fuel indirectly, I would say, because then you are not generating the virgin material which is required otherwise to produce the parts. The beauty is water absorption is less than 3%. The real result is even less than 2%, let me tell you. We claim that it is less than 2%. So it doesn't have any VOC, it does not have major harmful emissions. And then there is no glue needed in any of this process. It is 100% recyclable. So the applications you can see, wide range of applications. Basically, it is soft trims inside the car. I won't say it is taking huge load for the exterior of the car as of now. We are trying to develop also those parts, but as of now, today we are taking care of the most of the areas inside the car. And then specifications, it is available as low as, I would say, 1500 GSM, let me put it that way. And it can go as high as 4500 GSM, depending upon what customer is looking for, what is the application, what kind of load you want that material should sustain. And that end-to-end solution, which I explained in my previous slide, we are giving the entire design support. It's not like, okay, I have this raw material, you make it and you suit it your way. It's not the case. So even at times when the shrinkage values of the tools are missing, when customers are in really, challenging phase that, okay, the part is getting bigger, the part is getting shrunk, what can we do? So there we are trying to help them out by matching the shrinkage values, by doing alterations in our process, in our formulations, and giving the right solution. So in that case, also the investments are protected. So it's not that, okay, you have to scrap this portion, you have to modify, and there is millions of rupees of investments required for that. So one more advantage. So again, coming to the same picture, so this is, and on the down you can see the glass fiber reinforced sheet, which is clean and safe, whereas on the up, the typical conventional PP glass mat, which gives the trouble. So this is the beauty. So these are the recent developments. This is launched, so I could say that this is for 3XO. So this is developed in Technogore. So thanks to our OEMs and their understanding, that they are also slowly understanding what needs to be done on priority. So we started this just 3-4 months ago. This entire cycle was worked closely with our team in marketing and development, together with Tier 1 and OEM. So that's the beauty. We don't leave our Tier 1, we don't leave our OEM alone facing the challenges. This is one more, okay, this part is available from the proto tool. You guys can touch and feel. So this is a specially made, sustainable, 100% green material. So we are talking about map pocket. It is under development stage. So some proto development is happening on. We have some samples which you can see coming out of the proto tool. So what we are doing is, this is made from 100% recycled. So no virgin material involved. And it is having a nice soft touch fabric, which is laminated on it. So whenever you are going to put your bottle, you will not have unwanted sound or the chattering when you put your bottle, glass bottle or anything in your door panel. So it gives better NVH performance. Also in-cabin noise is reduced to great extent. So we talk, okay, this material is called FlexiGore. So a flexible material together with a non-woven fleece, which is laminated to give the soft feel. So this is, okay, delayed launch. This is one of the Maruti Suzuki models which will be launching. It was expected in 2024 Q3, but couldn't happen. So it will be launched in, I think, 2025, early 2025. So again, we are using our conventional wood stock. This is one of the EVs which is coming up with 40 GSM fleece. Okay, by the way, this will also be exported. So India will be the hub for export. One more interesting development, guys. Every one of us travel sometime in a coach, in a bus, right? So one typical inquiry came from our friends who are one of the bodybuilders for Tata and even Ashok Leyland. So they come up asking that this is the portion, if you see, there is a frame and there is a flat sheet-like stuff with some kind of soft feel fabric. So it is hat rack where you normally keep your luggage, your suitcases and so on. So most of these bus line coaches today are using a kind of a GI sheet, right? And then they are gluing it. It's very tedious and notorious process. Then they are applying some kind of soft foam-like material. Again they are trimming, again pressing, and then they are finally riveting it into the bus. It's not really a user-friendly process. So we proposed, it's very recent development, just 1 month ago, we have proposed our Technogore, which is glass fiber-based technological product, a sheet. And we have also proposed that the sheet will not come alone. We will also laminate the soft fabric on our machinery itself. So the kind of glue, the kind of carpet which is applied on this flat surface, this all stuff they will eliminate from the process. So we will develop a sandwich panel which will have the soft fabric, and it will be going into the required size, required dimensions. So for 10 meters, for example, of a bus, you will have 3 to 4 to 5 sheets which they can rivet and which they can fix it in the way it is seen. So what happens is more than 50% of weight saving is happening only in this. Try and understand, guys. Okay, no one is going to ask what is the average of the bus, but think of whatever fuel that bus is going to burn. Are we not going to damage the environment? If the bus becomes slightly lighter, are we not going to contribute a little bit, maybe indirectly, to save some fuel? So that's the drive. Other than this, of course, there is huge cost saving and lot of indirect processes, tedious, notorious processes of applications are getting eliminated. So this also talks aloud about what we are talking. This is again green material, nothing to say. We are going back to take the trims and again going to recycle it. So these are some of the developments which we did recently with Volvo Eicher and also for JCB. So what is that? So in JCB, if you see the inside cabin, it is made of this green material. It's similar to FlexiGore, it is flexible. So you can say headliner, roofliner, whatever, because it's a earth-moving equipment. And it is so thin as 1.2 millimeter thick. So the GSM is also very less in terms of this. You can apply a washable vinyl resin or even polyolefin-based resin to that, so which helps to clean the surface. It gives a reasonable life. And for, I think, all 2 to 3 upcoming JCB models, they have happily accepted to also deploy this, because the historical model was developed a couple of years ago, just after the COVID. And now they liked this, so now they are saying for our all upcoming, most of the JCB versions which are coming up, we should offer this kind of technology to them. Coming to Volvo Eicher, this is inside cabin parts. You can see the yellow arrow. The entire top and side trims are developed in this kind of flexible material. It is having nice texture, so it looks good. The cabin looks much airy. NVH performance is much better because it is coming with a foamy kind of a skin also, which helps the driver to peacefully drive the vehicle. Sorry about the traffic conditions all of us are facing right now, but nevertheless, to whatever extent we could help the driver, we are trying to help. Okay, so you can just press. So, okay, this is a typical animation. Now I'm just coming to end of the presentation. So you can see there are fibers, it's PP, and there are recycled trims which we collect. It is going into extruder. You can put any kind of screen. If you want black, beige, gray, whichever color. So it suits the harmony. Then it is cut, and this is the final product. Okay, I'm just explaining a typical tier 1 conversion process out of our sheets. So the friends who are not fully aware of what happens with the sheet is this, in short. So what happens is, okay, this is a one-step process. There is no gluing. There is no complicated stuff which you require for forming a part. It's a simple press, where you have the tool which is clamped on the press, then you have the preheated sheet. So the sheet goes through an infrared heating system. And through the infrared heating system, the sheet, through the conveyor belt, is laid on the tool. Here you can see the mold, and in the green color we had talked about preheated sheet, the same sheet which I showed in the last presentation. And then the sheet is held, and then the tool works. Final product is there, and the trims, again, of course, we are taking. So this is very simple cycle. Roughly, the cycle time varies from 1.5 minutes to 2.5 minutes, which is not too much. It is a thermoforming tool. So if you compare with the injection molding tool, there is a higher difference. It is 50-60% lesser than injection molding tool. So initial investments are much lesser. It gives you fairly complex parts. I will not say it is directly going to beat the injection molding technology. No way. I would be joking otherwise, because criticality in injection molding tool is much better. The accuracy is much better. But here, simple parts with some medium complex shapes we can do in thermoforming. That's the limitation. So this is a typical process which happens at our converter. So the sheet is taken. So this is the oven which I was talking, infrared oven. It gets heated. Through conveyor it's coming. This is the tool. and the formation happens. You can see the trims. When I'm talking about trims, the trim is going properly into the recyclable bin. And this kind of recyclate, we are again taking back from our customer. So this is the process. So this is one more interesting process. One of our materials is also flowable. So you can see the hot polymer coming in. It gets filled in during the process itself. And you have the kind of integrated part with some kind of fixation attachments. So the question comes, no, oh sir, but I have so many features, I have to clamp it, and I don't want anything on a surface. What do I do? So then this is what is done basically. So this is one more technology which we call as air-blown technology. So what does this mean? Air-blown technology is like there are two sheets coming. There is a blower. High pressure air is blown. It inflates. And then you again press it. So the air is trapped between two sandwich sheets, giving immense strength to overall product. That's the beauty. So for the luggage tray, for example, for the car where you are keeping your suitcases, at least 150 kg, if one is going for a bigger plan or bigger vacation, at least 2-3 suitcases, 60, 70, 80 kg easily. So it takes that weight. So again, this is a green technology. There is no steel inside. There is no reinforcement other than the air which is trapped under the pressure and sandwiched between the two sheets. So in this case, you have different offerings. For example, if you give natural wood stock, which is having wood fibers in the polypropylene, which is blended, the strength will be slightly lesser as compared with if you give the Technogore-based sheets. So that, of course, depends upon what are the customer requirements. So here you can also give glass fiber-based sheets, which are more stiffer and give more strength. And it depends. Like if someone is looking for 250 kg, then we may not recommend wood stock. We may recommend glass fiber-based sheets. He has to go with air-blown technology. And then he has to put some kind of ribbing. He has to put some kind of strengthening grooves, and mechanism so that the part gets the strength. It doesn't warp. So this is one typical operation. If you see any car door panel, if there are two leathers, which are one below another, so how it works, you can see in the animation. Words are not required if you see it. So there are two different fabrics. You just imagine the inside of the car door panel, how it works. So maybe you can play this one more time so I can explain. So there are two fabrics. So these are the two different color fabrics which are externally stitched together and kept in the tool. And then that is going in our sheet basically, and the covering is directly coming backed by our sheet. So from the top you see only the soft, rich leather or vinyl or resin or whatever. Below it is having the strengthening member. So this is also one of the beauty of the product. So these are just the display, the map pocket which we explained. There is one more functional product which we have developed for Maruti Suzuki. It is still under final stages of evaluation. That part is also available. It resists together with the aluminum panel 500 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. So this is a Maruti Suzuki standard which we attempted, and the part is available. So it is a sandwich between Technogore, which is PP glass fiber sheets, together with some heat shielding material and aluminum panel. So it is called engine underbody cover. So that part is available there. Then these are the tailgate covers. So for better enhancement in NVH, like we have the flexible sheets covered with the fabric, which gives you better NVH performance. Coming to, okay, we are also supplying this part to Tesla, by the way. All upcoming 4 Tesla models from our European, our joint venture partner, he's supplying in huge quantity, 50,000 a month, or you can't even imagine the volumes. And they are supplying to Europe. They are supplying to also USA from our European factory. Remaining parts I explained. This is parcel shelf. This is dashboard insert. You can have different TPOs laminated on the dashboards, backing with our material. This is load floor, which I explained. Then the seat back cover also you can give when you have the fully, flat lying seat, when you want more luggage area. So on that flat seat, there sometimes you have to put the weight. So seat backs are not so strong. Sometimes it is just a non-woven fabric of 500 GSM, for example, and it may damage the seat back cover. So there we have developed certain material which takes the load of the suitcase and all the bags when you are folding it. This is wheel arch liner, of course, for better enhanced performance with fabric lamination. I think I'm coming to an end. That's it. If there are questions, our team is there, our display is there. You can see and touch the samples. And all from my side. Thanks again for patiently hearing.